All right, everyone, welcome back for the episode of Carnivore Trades. Today is Thursday, September 26, 2024. If you're not done so already, please give the video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Anyways, let's get into it today. So normally I would wait for the close, especially on a day like today, but we do have this storm coming in pretty soon, and who knows, may lose power, may not. We'll see what happens here, but either way, I think we can get through this video here before seeing the close, because I think we had enough information here. So we had a pretty good gap up this morning. Micron earnings obviously helping out. That was the catalyst. I think the market made its mind up anyway. You didn't really care what jobless claims were. It just wanted to go higher. And then tomorrow we have PCE, but we did have a pretty good gap in crap. No doubt about that. And you know, we talked about this channel yesterday. We gapped above it, sold below, and then look where we went, right to the low of the day here. And guess where else it was, right? SPY 570. So yet again, it wouldn't surprise me here. I mean, there's 45 minutes left. It would not shock me if we sold right down there and closed at 570. That level, you know, if we go back, we've closed within a dollar or two of that level every day since last Thursday, right? There's 570, 75 or so. Right here, we got close, and we dipped at the last second. So 568. Look at this, 569.50, 570.50, 570 on the dot, right? Low of the day today, 570. They keep bringing us back to that level, and it's right around 57.20 SPX. Ended up being the low of the day here. Also, Jamie Dimon still defending 57.50. So that's until Monday at 4 o'clock. We'll see. Tomorrow, what happens, you know, is anybody's guess. We've got PCE. Did they just get enough people bearish to punch us higher and push us to 5,800? It's certainly possible. Personally, I don't think there's too much upside here left on this particular rally. Again, I mentioned this yesterday, but I can get my screen up here. Mentioned this yesterday, but net liquidity dropping pretty sharply. And I suspect that a lot of the reason we're holding up right now has to do with end of quarter. And this is a pretty good indicator. It's a pretty good leading indicator too. It tends to lead by a week or two, but you know, I don't know. We're about to print possibly, you know, a hanging man here on the daily, as you can see. So that often can be a distribution signal, closing essentially where you opened or close to where you opened with a tail at the end of a rally. It's possible that, you know, this market does look like it's a little, and, you know, sentiment-wise, like this morning, it was just, there was not a bear in the world. And seasonality, being dunked on, everything being dunked on. So bulls are really loud. So I don't think there's a ton of upside left. I'm not saying anybody should aggressively short here, but, you know, I think you can if we lose a support with volume. The problem is they keep doing this thing, and because you people keep gambling on options every day, they keep gapping us up, and they do all the work in the overnight, and then they just say, "Hey, day traders, screw you. We're just going to go sideways, or we're just going to chop you around." Although today was good for day trading, level to level, but what I mean is a lot of the time they'll just gap it. You know, when they want to take it down, they'll just gap it down, like right here, and obviously here, and then obviously today. So they kind of make you hold that risk in the overnight. You know, you could, if you're looking to, if you're not comfortable shorting, you know, maybe scaling out of longs or protecting. If you're looking to short, you know, go light here, or, you know, scale in. All right, don't use a ton of leverage, but I don't think there's a ton here. And this is coming from the guy who's been, you know, hyper bullish for a long time, right? I've been like, you know, I told you guys this big summer rally was coming. And we got that, and I've never really turned bearish. But it's looking a little pricey up here. So we'll leave it at that for now. But again, trend's still up. No real sell signal, but we're starting to see kind of things creep into the tape. You know, possible hanging man here. Seasonality sometimes gets delayed a little bit. It did last year by about a month. And we're coming into October. We also have, well, I have a cycle date coming up soon. So we'll see. End of quarter, though. I think there may be some window dressing. They probably keep us up until there. And overall, I don't really think there's a ton of good that comes from chasing at these prices at the very least. But anyways, triple Qs here. Here's the positive still. Even with that kind of hangman look, even if we look at the intradays, lower low on the spiders, higher low on the Russell, higher low on the Dow, higher low or double bottom on the Qs. So the Qs are still holding up. The Qs are leading. That is a huge, thing that we need to continue to see. We can see the SMH here up 3.25. Obviously, a lot of that on the back of Micron. Semis getting their mojo back is something that the bulls definitely want to see. That's a welcome sight, and we are now into that 618 there, or we are above it. So that's a huge positive there for the semis. And if that continues, the market can go higher. So that's your big positive there. And then the Qs gapping up. I don't think we quite filled the 496. Yeah, we didn't quite fill that gap there. So we're still in that space, and we did back off of it. But again, we tested 486. That was the low of the day. So right into that once, twice. And we'll see. If we lose that, if we lose 486, especially on a close, I think this market's in a lot of trouble. But till then, I think the market's all right. Russell here up $1.84. Even on a dip this morning, it wasn't down too bad. Never even went negative, although the spiders did for a brief moment. So small caps hanging in there. They closed below the trend line yesterday. We're back above today. So a little bit of a fake breakdown there. You see the RTY. Still hanging in there. Diamond here up 0.5%. This could be considered bull consolidation or sloppy bull flag. You can see it on the futures. Looks a lot more like a bull flag, a lot tighter, less of a gap there. A lot of things have kind of island looks though, and this is definitely one of them. We mentioned semis, IGV again, kind of that island look. Again, I love cloud, but I'd like to get it cheaper. I wouldn't pay up for it here. But IGV gap and crap there, like a lot of other things, did come off the lows. Transports here, gap and crap, didn't come as far off the lows. That was still inside of yesterday's range. It did take out the, I did try to get above 16.2 briefly this morning, though. And then we did back off. But again, this weekly still looks good. Looks really nice. Big, nice ascending triangle. So big picture, I think everything's fine. So short term, I just think that this particular rally is a little extended. So rates here, 210 spreads coming in. So you can see that coming back down, starting to flatten. Twos are up nicely today. Jobless claims came in weaker than expected, or better than expected. Tomorrow's PCE. We'll see. I mean, if it's a hot print, I think we could see yields really start to take back off to the upside. The long end, though, this will be interesting. The long end was down a little bit today. We hit the 50 MA. We also hit this trend line yesterday, but it didn't, or 2 days ago, but it didn't do anything. So if we break through 4.2 on the 30s, if you break through 390 and 4 on the 10-year, it's going to be interesting. I'm very interested to see how the market responds to that, because right now it's like, okay, well, yields up is good because it's avoiding recession, but if yields go up too fast, then it's like, wait, what the hell is the Fed doing, cutting by 50 basis points? And typically, when we've seen the yield curve unwind, the whole curve goes down, right? The twos go down faster, but 10s and 30s go, they go down too. They just go down slower. But right now, they're going up. It's steepening. So right now, bond market's saying inflation expectations are well anchored, which says to me stagflation, not deep recession or hard landing. All right, XHB, held up well. Trend is up. VNQ, little outside move. Finally, maybe respecting the 618. We have a lower high now and a lower low. So that's confirmed. We'll see where it closes tomorrow. If it continues down, I think we could maybe go retest 94. Yeah, right in that 50 moving average area. Again, still strong, just really overbought and extended. XLF up 0.5% today. Again, possible M top, but needs bears want to see a little bit more follow through to the downside to confirm that. KRE held up nicely today, up 1 1/3. Nothing terrible there. KBE, much of the same. And broker dealers hanging in there fine. They're flagging too, although they look a little tired. Oil was down a lot today. So here's the opposite side of that. Oil definitely got hit. There was a lot of it on ceasefire news from what from what they say. It's down 3% here. It did come off the lows. There is room for higher lows here too. I don't think there's a ton of downside in oil. I think we'll have a bottom within, if this isn't a bottom already, I think we'll have a bottom whenever the next pivot is. And by bottom, I don't mean, for the next 2 weeks. I mean, like for months. XLE got roasted today. We actually had a trade on this in the trading room, and it's been this type of week lately where these levels get like this close and then they don't hit. But it almost got in on the open and that reacted immediately. That's how it goes sometimes. But down 2% on the day. Again, still room for higher lows here. So XLE is still okay. XOP, again, a little bit weaker. And then OIH, the weakest as it's closing near the lows of the day. Or, has the wider range there. Again, I still think these will be buys here in the near future. CCJ, another 1.16% gain. So, but again, it is stalling out here. So right into that kind of 48 area and kind of off the highs. Again, a little overbought here. Don't chase it at this point. Wait for a dip. NM into the 100 MA, backing off there. And NJ, again, we talked about those resistance levels. And they're right into that. Nat gas finally backing off. This is a new contract, down 2.5. Again, 100 MA held, and we backed off there. That's got room for one more higher low, though, and one more push up, I think. The dollar, something weird happened with the dollar today. So I'm not sure what's going on. I have this same exact print on TradingView too. And the reason I bring this up is because, so that's the same. But the reason I bring that up is because it's not doing that against other currencies. So I'm not sure what was going on there with the dollar. But nonetheless, it was red anyway. It was basically just an inside day up until that happened. And we'll see if PCE comes in hot, we could squeeze. I still think there's a chance for this squeeze to play out here. Even with that whatever happened thing. So it's weird. It's not like it's a fake print because it's still trading down there. But either way, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Gold, new all-time high. Oh, yay. Yep. Okay. More. Yeah. What else am I going to say about gold here? Continues going higher. GDX here up another 1%. These will probably continue up, and of course, we're looking for a timing for these to pivot. We'll probably say like end of quarter again. Just like possibly the spiders. But yeah, gold just continues to be a powerhouse. Silver tried to make new highs today and then came back in. Down 1.3. It was up nicely and then it took a pretty good spill. But still holding up fine though. Platinum had a good day again, went right to our trend line there. Go up 2.25. And then palladium here, softer, but still up. Still watching this one to firm up here to re-enter. And then copper, breakout move here, up 3.5. This does have resistance here. We talked about this the other day. Again, it's like copper and oil can't get on the same page. But I don't know if you tell me about deflation and depression, but someone's lying here. So copper holding up well. And my favorite story of the day here, it's kind of quiet. I noticed, at least anecdotally, nobody cares that Bitcoin just made a weekly higher high, and it's on the verge of breaking out. So I've walked you through this 1,000 times, but again, there's your higher low, higher high on the weekly. Now, can it follow through? Again, could it be a false breakout? It's possible. We could blow up and then roll over one more time. I think if that happens, you buy everything you can wherever that pivot is. But I think this could also be it right here. If we go, if you have another day like today, tomorrow, I don't think 69 holds it. I just don't think it does. I mean, with this type of pattern and this type of momentum you got, I don't think 69 holds it for very long. But good day. Also, Solana acting well too. Starting to curl back up. This has a nice pattern here too. Some of the other alts, not so much. ETH is kind of weak. You know, some of these are, still not the greatest. But Solana and Bitcoin, I like. Coinbase had a decent update. I'm not as much of a fan of the miners. You know, Coinbase is okay. MSTR is fine because that's basically just Bitcoin. But I'm not as big of a fan of the miners. Obviously, if Bitcoin goes up, they'll go up. But still not the greatest patterns on a lot of these. But either way, we'll see. All right, markets here kind of sideways right now. So it looks like that 5750 pin is doing its job at the moment. Again, do they pump us tomorrow? I don't know. I just don't think personally there's a ton of upside left on this particular leg here. That could easily be wrong, but I don't think that chasing at this point is going to offer much reward. And oftentimes chasing is what leads to really bad things happening. So anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Again, you guys take care. Don't forget to come find me on carnivoretrades.com. I'll see you guys all tomorrow.